What is up, guys? You are probably searching for how to increase your power in Infinite Galaxy. Well, you have came to the right video and came to the right channel when you are looking for a guide for Infinite Galaxy. I am Shinchi42, and in this channel, we create regular Infinite Galaxy contents that will help you succeed. We are making tips, guides, and also gameplays. So we are also a sponsored content creator for Infinite Galaxy. The makers of this Camel games have sponsored us to create the video to help you succeed here in the game. Now, today we are going to talk about the power. So if you go to your profile picture, go to spaceport details, you will see power, and you will see the total power and the breakdown on how you're gaining the power. So there is building power, there is tech power, there is fleet power, there is also flagship power. Now with this information, we are going to break down onto the building, tech, fleet, and flagship power and how you can increase each and every one of them. All right. And another thing is that we are going to talk about other extra stuff that you can do, like daily activities that will help you to increase your power. That's going to supplement everything that you're going to do with your power increase. Now you have came into the right channel and right information that you're looking for. If you want to see more Infinite Galaxy tips and guides videos, consider subscribing and turn your notification on because we create regular Infinite Galaxy content. Now, if you want to kind of move around in different sections, we are going to put a timeline in the video. So you will see in the timeline that there is going to be segments. So if you want to check out different time frame, you will be able to do so. Make sure to check out our description for more information. And if you want to play this game in your computer, we have a link for BlueStacks, which I am using. As you can see, we have a mouse. You can go ahead and click the link that we have there and download Infinite Galaxy on your computer. All right, so if you guys are going to find this video to be very helpful and you're going to enjoy this, smash that thumbs up, and as well as what do you think is the most important power in Infinite Galaxy? Is it the building power? Is it the tech power? Is it the fleet power? Or is it the flagship power? Let us know in the comment section below. All right, so now that we've talked about the power in here, just a general overview, let's go ahead and first talk about how you can achieve gaining power. All right. First of all, we're going to talk about gathering resources. Resources is very important and it's extremely crucial here in Infinite Galaxy. Now, how can you gather resources? There's a few ways that you can do. You can search into your star system and you can see this little radar. You'll be able to find different resources that you can gather. So we have 5 resources: titanium, deuterium, nickel, plasma, and the 5th one is corium, which is the in-game currency. And yes, you can also farm the corium, but you cannot find the corium here in the search engine. How can you find corium? You will have to actually search for it in the system. So you have to go through and look for it. Another way that you can look for the corium is when you go into the galaxy, you will be able to see there will be symbols of corium like this one right here. Now, gathering resources. What is the most important resources? In the beginning, your deuterium and your titanium is very important. And then it's going to be focusing onto the nickel, and into the late stage, plasma is super crucial. So if you can bank a lot of plasma in the beginning, as you research it, you'll be able to have a good start. Now let's go back into our spaceport as we're talking about resource tips in here. Go into the research and you want to go into the resources. As you can see, we have worked into some of the resources technology in here. We have the titanium smelt, which is going to increase my gathering speed. I've also worked on a little bit of a titanium as well. And as you can see, we have, a good and decent research into the technology. For myself, I've focused onto the military, which we're going to talk about in a little bit in here. So focusing onto the research, onto your resources is going to be very crucial. And this is going to be really great as we transition into the next topic, which is farm accounts. So as we are talking about farm accounts, this is going to be where you are going to create another new account. I highly suggest that you create it on another Gmail or or iCloud or whatever, or Apple email, or maybe whatever email it is, just not associated with your own account. In that way, you can download BlueStacks and you can do multi-instance, so you can have multiple accounts open at once, and you can gather resources all at once with all the account. Now, if you have it on your one account and you have to switch through your settings and you go to manage account, this is very, very hassle. So I only have one account in my in my game, so you can click start new game and you'll be able to have another account from in the same server. But it's better to create a new email and create a new account in the server and do your farm account. And another thing that you can do is you can purchase some of the bundles in the other account if you're a spender, and then you can rate it so you can maximize onto your some of the spending. Like the newbie bundle is really, really great. You get a lot of resources in here, and it's good to raid your farm account. And you can use the Corium to purchase resources, and then you can keep raiding your farm account that way. It's actually really worth it if you do that. So farm account is basically just another account that will gather resources for you, and you have to raid your farm account to gather the resources to your main account. Another very important thing to do is defeating the space pirates. And yes, there is this thing called energy, and you gain energy every minute. So as you can see, we have our energy in here. We have 732 over 1,000. And I'm going to show you that I'm going to be defeating. As you can see, we're going to try to fight some pirates in here, and we're going to get really good rewards by doing this. As you can see, as we explore and fight, we're able to gather resources just by fighting, by using our energy, and as well as getting materials. This is very, very important, because as you do it every day, you're accumulating all of these items that will help you to succeed, and how you can increase the stuff that we have talked about earlier into your total power. So try to never let this hit into the 1,000, and maybe when you go to bed it hits 1,000. As soon as you wake up, try to do your best to drain it to 0, and make sure that you are really grinding for the pirates so that you can get rewards, and it's going to really help you in a big margin. It will make a difference between you and somebody who doesn't do this, which is not going to progress fast in Infinite Galaxy. Another thing that is very helpful is doing your daily mission. The daily mission is super important because you get so many items in here. Now, if you reach 150, you're going to be able to get some spaceport prestige points, which is going to increase your ability to gather new crew, and also be able to upgrade your crew as you get more of the blueprints. And if you reach 210, you're going to be able to get more energy, which you can defeat more space pirates and more spaceport prestige. And then once you've reached the max in here, you're going to be able to get the secret prototype device, which you're going to be able to unlock some flagship. So this is very important. You need to do your daily mission. Do this every day. This is important. This is something that is super easy to get. I do this every time and collect at up to 340. Another thing that we got to talk about is performing the campaign. This is very crucial and very important. Into your spaceport, you will see campaign. You need to do this as early as you can, progress as fast as you can. The reason why we want to do this is that you're going to be earning these medals, or the currency that we have in here. It's called the campaign medal. So as you can see, as I have campaign medals in here, I can purchase the stuff that I need. So if you're working on specific flagship like Nemesis or Thesis, you can get this from here. Sometimes you're going to be able to get some legendary flagship in here. Right now, I'm also working on my Peleus because I'm also trying to get my farmer flagship leveled up. Refresh, as you can see, there is Achilles. You can also get that if you're working on that, or you can work on to the Argo and the Peleus so that you can slowly increase your flagship for gathering and making them better. So do your campaign as early as you can so you can get more accumulated medals in here that you can use to purchase. Now, another thing that I'm going to give you some tips in here. Save your items so that you can hoard them up and use these on a power-up event. And you can win more flagship that way. So as you can see, we have been hoarding a little bit of resources and speed ups in here, so that whenever there is another power up event that I'm ready to compete, I'm going to be using all of them and going to get more rewards. So you want to make sure that you make bang for the buck for your account. Now, as you can see in here, we have just finished our shipbuilding, and I waited and I let this sit in here. Here's the thing. You do not want your ship building to be having this idle mode. I'm showing this to you so that you will understand that this is very important. The shipbuilding is going to be the one that is going to boost your fleet power. This is very crucial and very important. First thing that you need to do is you should be doing all of these three and do each one every day, because that's going to be part of your main mission, and then continue to build the specific warship that you need for your setup. For me, I am working on 2D destroyer that are lasers for my Hades. So that's one way for you to increase your total power, is through your fleet power. As you can see, my fleet power is 9 million. Second that we're going to talk about is your building. As you can see, right now I have it ZZZ because it's on idle, because I don't have a lot of resources right now, and I'm just working this slowly. This is acceptable because I have my second queue in here. The building is a little bit more challenging because the resources will be a little bit difficult. If you don't have the resources to do it, you may wait for a little bit, but when you do, try to upgrade your buildings, because the days is very important. The time to upgrade it is very crucial. The thing that is going to give you a big power is your command center. Now, giving you a good tip in here, get your military dock as high as you can, get up to level 20. It allows you to have multiple ship building queues. It will give you 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 being produced at a time with level 20 military dock. If you're looking to work onto your fleet leadership, you might want to look into the military headquarters, as when you upgrade this, it will also increase your fleet leadership as you dispatch your fleets. We can talk about this in a little bit more in detail, but this is one way for you to gain more power through your building power. Now, your technology is as well as very important. It depends on the situation that you're in. For me, what we have done is we focus a lot into the military power first, but you can continue to work onto your command, development, and resources. Initially, we did military power because we were at war and we had to catch up. Now, if you're in a more stable situation, you might want to be able to focus onto the resources and as well as development as you are focusing into your research. Now, that's one way for you to gain power, is to work onto your research. Now, we're going to tie everything up in here with the crew. The crew is super important, and this dictates a lot for your power. This is going to affect your buildings as you upgrade them, your research as you upgrade them, and as well as your warship building as well. Go into the crew. There is this thing called total crew power, as you can see. If you switch into the crew power, I want you to pay attention into our total power right now, 17621. And we're going to switch into a different crew. All right. 17446. All right. So where did the changes go? Let's go into the spaceport details. All right. As you can see, take a look into the numbers that we have in here currently. We're then going to switch into a different crew, which has a higher total power. As you can see, our power has now increased. But where did that go? Where is the crew really affecting in here? As you look into it, you will compare that side by side. What I noticed is that there is no difference in any on the building, tech, fleet, or flagship, because the crew power is not being shown in here. But the crew is very important because this is going to tie up everything. This is my battle crew. And if I go into here, into my second team, this is going to be my developmental crew. So as you remember, we've talked about gathering resources fast. So whenever I'm trying to gather, I would switch my crew into this setup to where I have gatherers in here. We have Greg Lee, all resource gathered speed up to 7.6%. And we have development stuff as well, like spaceport construction, warship production, rapid building in here. And we also have research expert, which is going to increase our research speed. So crew dictates a lot and is very important for you to succeed if you have a very good crew. And you can also work into your crew fortify plan as well as you are going to level up your crew. This is going to be a totally different video because if we dive into this, it will take very long. So make sure that you guys are subscribed and your notification is also turned on for more contents. Now let's talk about lastly in here is your flagship. Your flagship dictates a lot of the power and how strong you are and how you can defeat other players and defeat space pirates as well. Right now I've already capped up. I have maxed out my Hades. If I try to fortify this, it will not let me. You need to increase your flagship dock level. So the flagship is very important. The key thing into the flagship is your gear. I will give you an idea on how important the gear is. Take a look into my power again, 17621, and we are going to remove the gears. All right, you can see how much difference this would be. All right, as we're removing everything, we can always just do a quick insert. All right, now you see we've lost a significant amount of power, 17303. And now we're gonna do a quick insert, quick equipped. We've gained another 300k power. So if you're looking to increase your power, the gear is such an easy way to do. You need to make sure that you work into your outfitting factory, craft your gear, and upgrade them in here. The flagship, how you can gain more power with the flagship is either by the Fortify, which is XP, or defeating space pirates as you level up your flagship, or you can click a modify. Modify really brings a lot of the stats and also improve your skills. So you want to be able to, if you're working to the legendary ones, you want to be able to get a lot of the FAC credits in here into the blueprint. You will need the FAC credits. So one way that you can do is if you've reached VIP level 10, you're going to earn FAC credits daily. Now, if you are free to play and you're just working on to the FC credits, which is the purple one, which is very, very good and very reasonable, you need to be banking up on that. You should be able to do good with that and use your credit to buy some epic ships. One way for you to earn these is by doing the events. So when I talk about the events in here is challenging the Starfield stages and the Starfield gates, you're actually going to gain a lot of rewards. So if you look into the S18 in here, you will see that you can get FC credits and FAC credits, and you can also get some resources. So you need to challenge and try to capture the entire challenges that you can have in the entire nebula. So with that being said, we've given you, great tips and advice in here. By the way, just kind of slide this in here. You can start gathering your corium once you actually finish the corium smelt research in your research center in here. So if there's something that we've missed, let us know in the comment section below. The core module in here, let me talk about this real quick. The core module doesn't really directly affect your power, but it can help you to succeed in the things that you're going to do. So for me, I have focused onto the command, which helps me with the campaign and helps me with fighting. I may start to switch it up, but it's, I want to defeat higher pirates, so the command helps me for that as I defeat higher pirates. You can have your own different strategy in here. You can focus onto the weapon and you can focus into development. Now, development, of course, resources, buildings, research, these are going to affect this. War status, you might want to focus onto the weapon and command. These are the two things that you want to work on. In the early stage, I would say command would be really good so that you can focus with your campaign and get far ahead as you can. But besides that, I believe we've captured everything. If we missed something, like I said, help us out in here. Leave it down in the comment section below. And what type of contents are you looking for next? What are you confused of in Infinite Galaxy? Let me help you. Hopefully you guys enjoy this content. Hopefully this is helpful. I will see you again next time. Don't forget to leave a like in the video and smash that subscribe button so you can see more Infinite Galaxy content. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone. Have fun in Infinite Galaxy.